Hello friends, hello, and welcome back to my channel, Jillicious Reads, and welcome if you're new. I'm Jill, and this is my channel where I talk about books and vlog a little bit, but mostly book things. I wanted to make a video where I talk about, I'm making it my top 5 books of 2025, so it's just the top 5 books that I read throughout this year. Right now I'm currently sitting at 14 books read this year, hoping to finish 2 more. We'll see if that happens. I am way behind on my goal. I think my goal is 30 and I am only at 14 right now. Hopefully going to get to 15, maybe 16. For sure, 15. I'm going to finish at least one of my books that I'm currently reading. Who knows? We're at least get 15, but right now we're sitting at 14. So this is like my top 5 books so far that I've read this year. One of the ones that I'm currently reading ends up being another top 5, I will let you know. I wanted to share them with you. I also, like I said, didn't meet my goal, but that's okay. I feel like I did a lot of life things this year. So reading kind of got put on the back burner a little bit some of the year because I was moving, traveling a lot, work kind of went a little crazy there for a little bit, and then just, doing experiences with my husband and my little girl. I don't feel bad about not meeting my goal, basically, of my books because a lot of life happened too. I didn't meet it, but that is fine to me. But hopefully next year we can get a little closer to what I wanted to read. I'm fine that we didn't make it because I read some really good books. I rediscovered some genres that I forgot about that I love. We're gonna do the top 5. So I would say grab a little drinky drink. I have, technically, it's an espresso shot with caramel macchiato creamer and then a little bit of milk. Maybe a lot of milk. I don't know. It's not proportioned to quite right. That's what I got, so I don't know what to call that. My favorite flavor is just caramel coffee, so anything caramel. Grab a drink, let's sit down, let's chat. The first book that I have on my list of top 5 is this one, Cinder by Marissa Meyer. So this one was a 5-star read for me. It was so good. I think that's why one of my current reads is the next book in this series because it's part of the Lunar Chronicle series. I think the reason why I'm reading the next one very slowly is because I'm scared it's not as good as this one, which happens to me a lot with series. I digress. Cinder by Marissa Meyer, so good. The Lunar Chronicles. There's 4 books and then like 2 novellas, I think, in this series. But we're going to talk about this one, Cinder. This helped me rediscover my love of fairy tale retellings and dystopian vibes, because that is this. It's literally both of those mixed together, which are like my favorite, which I forgot about, and then I read this and I was like, dang, why don't I read more like dystopian vibes and then also fairy tale retellings, because that's what this is, and it's both of them mixed together, which I love both of them, so I just loved it. It's 5 stars, as I said. It basically follows Cinder, who is a cyborg, and it's in a futuristic world. Cinder is a cyborg mechanic, and in this world, she's a second-class citizen. Like, since she's a cyborg, she's kind of like second-class citizen is what it says on the back here, but it's a lower class than most people because she's part cyborg and people don't like cyborgs as much. So you follow like her story of figuring out herself, figuring out her past. Of course, the prince comes in and there's a bunch of royal drama that happens with that. So you kind of like you go follow her along in her story of having her stepmom and her stepsisters and meeting the prince and going to a ball. But it's basically like the story of unraveling of that. And I like it in a way because it is part of a series. So it does like wrap up the initial book, but it still leaves you with questions for the next book, which I kind of like. 5 stars, highly recommend it. I am on the second one, like I said. Hopefully I finish that by the end of this year. And then the next one is also a 5-star read, which was Dungeons and Drama by Christy Boyce. So this one I really enjoyed. I just wanted to keep reading it, and it was during a busy time, so it was hard for me to pick it up, but I was constantly trying to find time to read it. I love it. 5 stars. It follows the story of Riley. Her dream is to be a Broadway director, and her spring show gets canceled, so it's her trying to figure out how to bring it back, and she gets stuck working at her dad's game shop while also doing this. So she is trying to balance trying to get this musical back while also working at her dad's shop. She doesn't want to waste her time at the game shop that her dad owns, and then she meets Nathan, which she convinces him to help her with her problems. And it is a fake dating trope. And so they basically fake date to make Riley's ex jealous and to get Nathan a girl. So she starts playing Dungeons and Dragons with them and starts having fun with that. And then it's just the story of all of the chaotic things that come with fake dating, and also all the chaotic things that come with her working at her dad's shop, trying to also balance school and trying to bring back the spring musical, which I almost said like the spring musicale, like in High School Musical. Mrs. Darbus says it like that. Very good book. I enjoyed it so much. It was a very cute little YA book, and I loved Riley's character development in this. I loved the side characters as well. It was so good. I still think about this book. That's how good it was. I still think about it. So I really enjoyed it. The next book was technically a reread, but I'm gonna put it on here anyways because it was a reread and I love it, and it's Emma by Jane Austen. I think this is the first time I've reread it in a long time, and it's still a 5-star for me. It's a classic. I love the movie. I love the 2020 version movie. I haven't watched the older version of Emma in a long time. Very, very good. I'm just gonna read the back because I feel like if I describe anything, I will describe it wrong. So it says, although described by Jane Austen as a character whom no one but myself will much like, the irresistible Emma Woodhouse is one of her most beloved heroines. Clever, rich, and beautiful, she sees no need for marriage, but loves interfering in the romantic lives of others until her matchmaking plans unravel with consequences that she never expected. Jane Austen's novel of youthful exuberance and gradual self-knowledge is a brilliant, sparkling comic masterpiece. Basically, Emma doesn't really care for love for herself, but loves playing matchmaker, and some crazy things happen while she's matchmaking people. So it's just like the story of her doing matchmaking and meeting people, and very, very good. 5 stars. It was a classical, it was a reread, but I loved it. So good. So good. And then the next one is no longer, we're getting to the not 5 stars. But the next one was a 4.75 star, which was this, Battle of the Bookstores by Ali Brady. I really enjoyed it. It took me a long time to read it, but I think it was because I was, I had just gone back from a trip, and I don't know, it just took me a while to read it for some reason, and I don't know why. It was so good, but it took me a while to read it. It basically follows 2 characters. It's from both of their point of views, the 2 main characters. It's Josie and Ryan, and they both own bookstores, and then they get told that the bookstores are going to combining, and only one of them is going to be the manager of the bookstore. And so it's like the story of them, all of this stuff, but then they also are technically talking to each other online without realizing it is each other, and they like each other online, but in real life they don't like each other. And so it's the story of how that all unravels, how they become not rivals, figuring out all of this stuff. It does say on here that it is like You Got Mail. I have no idea. It's like a modern twist, it says right here, a funny modern twist on You've Got Mail, Abby Jimenez. I don't know if that's true or not because I've never seen You've Got Mail. You've Got Mail. I still need to watch You've Got Mail. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I loved both characters. The character arcs for both of them were good and different at the same time. I also loved the way they both figured out what love is to them throughout the storyline as well. Like, it was totally 2 completely different POVs of like what love is and how they view love at the beginning, and then at the end they both had different ways of like coming about to how they see the love now at the end, and it was just really cool to see that. I also, without going too much detail into it, when one of the characters finds out that the other character is the same person that they're talking to online in person, of course, that I feel like that always happens. One of them figures it out first, but then they don't end up telling the other person. And when the second person, find out that they're the same person in real life, the way that unravels was so good. I liked the way that she did that for this story. It fit the story as well, and it was just like, I just loved the way that unraveled without like being too spoilery. When the second person finds out that the first person knew the whole time, or knew most of the time, and also is the same person. It was very cute, very good, and I liked how that went. The next book is Packed Away. Like I said in a previous vlog, we have all our like books that I've read put in a box because we're gonna eventually put up bookshelves, but we needed room, and I wanted to put them keep them more together. So we have a pile of boxes of books over here. I'm looking at the pile of boxes right now. One day it will be bookshelves, but for right now it's just a pile of boxes. I put this one away. This one, I gotta look up the author real quick. The cover of it here, but it's called The Silent Land by Graham Joyce. This was actually a recommendation at the beginning of the year from my husband. He read this book a long time ago and loved it, and he thought it would be a book that I would really enjoy. So I read it and it was actually really, really good. I'm trying to remember how to explain it without, I might have to like look up the synopsis. Let's look up the synopsis. I'm just gonna read what it says so that I don't give it away. Because it's a mystery thriller type book. So I don't want to accidentally say something that would give it away. So I'm gonna read the blurb. So it says, when Jack and Zoe are buried under a flash avalanche while skiing in the French Pyrenees, they miraculously dig their way out from under the snow, only to discover the world they knew has been overtaken by an eerie and absolute silence. With their phones cut off and the village evacuated of every living soul, the young married couple begin to witness strange, unsettling events neither one can ignore. As the days wear on, they are forced to confront frightening possibilities as they attempt to survive and escape the Silent Land. That is what that is about. I liked the main characters. Zoe was a really good main character. You mostly follow her. Well, it's from her point of view, and so you follow her and her thoughts the whole time. I have to say that when I was reading it, I looked at my husband. I said something about what I thought was going to happen, and he told me later on. He was like, I had struggles not reacting to what you said because you were correct. Because once I finished, I was like, I was correct. And he was like, oh. He had struggles to not try to spoil it for me. But it was a really, really good little adventure that you go on and figuring out the mystery, and the way it was written of how things get discovered was really well done. I really enjoyed it. It was just a 4 stars. Would highly recommend it. It's a little mystery thriller, and it was kind of a cool story to figure out, and as the main characters figuring out things. I feel like the foreshadowing was done really well in it too. Sometimes there's a balance between doing too much foreshadowing and doing not enough foreshadowing. And I feel like this book did a good job of a balance of the foreshadowing for the storyline. So it was really good. That was my top 5 of 2025. Hopefully I can finish the current reads I have. I'll show you. I mean, it's been the current reads for the past 3 videos, I think, but it's Project Hail Mary and Scarlet. Hopefully one of these will get read by the end of the year. That was my top 5 of 2025. That is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Happy holidays. I hope you're enjoying this time of year. If you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, happy whatever you celebrate, and I will see you guys in the next one. Possibly not until next year, but we'll see. Goodbye.